is Learning the Ropes. Learning the Ropes. Presented by Costen and Hammer Productions. Now, on to the show with your host, Josh Hammer.
That's important.
We have not really a hard 90s. Our players do it as kind of like a joke. You know, they love it.
Right.
We don't tell our guys, like, if you get hit, you got to sprint down to first. Like, that's just like, that's what our players do.
Yeah.
So we kind of had the philosophy is we're always running around. We don't, you know, it's your and our pleasure to get to be able to come to that ballpark every day. We have a super awesome field. I mean, it's one of the best fields in the state.
Oh, really? See, I've never been, so I need to take a tour. Yeah.
I mean, for a small college, it's unreal.
Mm.
And if we see somebody walking around the park during practice, you know, we expect our guys to get on that person.
Yeah, accountability.
Yeah, I mean, and it ties back into kind of what you were saying of how fast it happened and being adaptable. You know, we always tell our guys, you don't know when the last day is that you're going to be able to play this game.
Especially right now. No better time to preach that.
That hit home this year. Yeah, that hit home this year. You know, we said that from day one as you got to go at so we took it, and that's just what we kind of live by. So it kind of ties into the hard 90, and the fact that we like to be running around all the time. That's just kind of how we operate on the field. You know, I'm not going to tell a guy, like I said, I'm not going to tell a guy to say, hey, you just got hit in the head and I stand up and go run first.
Yeah. No.
But, I mean, having that pride to say, all right, I'm at the field. Doesn't matter what happened today. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work my butt off for 2.5 hours that I'm out there. And I'm going to run around and I'm going to fly around and you're not going to be able to tell what kind of day. That's what we expect out of our guys.
Yeah, I love that. I think at the high school level, it's sometimes you're like, especially for me, my challenge as a coach was that's like a non-negotiable. You just run. You don't sit there. You don't jog.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a pop up to second base, like that's a blue pop up that he most likely will get. Run, go. But it's more than
100%.
It's just more than just the field. It's like we're trying to install that principle that, you know, hard work pays off and your talent, your talent matters, but what's just as important as your talent, what's going to separate you from that other guy that's talented on another team? Well, there's 3 things you can control, you know, your attitude, your energy, and your focus. That's kind of like my mantra. That's like my thing that I just, you know, I'm sure they're tired of hearing. But what's is there another sort of like philosophy other than just like running around? Is there something as far as relationship building that's really important to you as a coach?
You know, I say this, and I probably don't have as good a relationship with every player as I do with some. You know, it's hard to build one with every player. I try my best.
You probably have a big roster, I'd imagine.
It's like the varsity roster's is like 34. You know, just I try to take time out of the day to talk to all of them during practice. If I see them, I just want to talk to them before, after, whatever. Just have an interaction because that's important to me. You know, getting to know these guys, and you never really know what's going on with somebody. So interacting with those people, interacting with the guys that I see every day and I care for, it's just building that relationship is very key to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's cool. You know, it's not something you hear every day. You know, as coach, similarly, I like to at least like acknowledge him, whether it's a handshake or I guess practicing social distancing, just a peace sign. No, I was kidding. That's pretty special. So obviously, talent, you have the talent to, like you said, play. I would even say, probably, moving forward, you could have played, at a pretty high level anywhere independent to working up, and I'm sure grinding it out and never say never kind of a thing. But what worked for you as a player? Like, what thing really clicked for you when you really were at the peak of your performance?
Oh, honestly, changing, like when I came out to California and played, it changed how I was as a player.
Oh, coming out. Oh,
I had,
wow. Okay.
yeah, honestly. And it was probably working with Sam Taylor, who was our hitting coach for the Seals, and he played pro ball. But I was an okay hitter my first 2 years. Um, the season before I came out there was my junior year, and I had a good year. I didn't hit for any power or anything. I think I hit one home run. And I hit a lot of doubles. But when I came out there, it was seeing him work with me and then playing with guys that had that talent level. It was like, man, I can play with these
Got
guys.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
I can actually do this. And learning how to become a complete hitter was what changed me, and not just going up there and hitting. I my first 2 years, I would just go up there and I'm like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
and then junior year, I kind of started to figure it out. And when I got out there and played summer ball, it was like, all right, this is what I'm looking for. This is the spot I'm looking for it in, and he's not going to beat me. And it was like mind blown. Okay, this is, you can do this now. You can hit home runs. You can hit for average still when you do that. So let's go home and do it. And luckily, I had a good season and got to do it.
Wow. Yeah. I think something that really sticks out to me is the whole, how you said you're a complete hitter, and how
Yeah.
that changed everything for you. In fact, it installed confidence. I'm assuming that, Tony
Oh
Gwynn used to
yeah.
talk
It
about,
was.
yeah, and I, like you're saying, is Tony Gwynn would talk about, how he would kind of just patiently wait before he'd go into the batter's box, kind of collect himself, and then he'd just go up and do his thing. Oftentimes when we go with like, I'm just going to hit the ball, it's like, it doesn't give you that focus, I think, that you need to take it to that next level and take advantage of an opportunity. So if a pitcher leaves it up, then it's like you capitalize, no non-negotiable, like it's just going to happen. I'm Like I said, I had the pleasure of seeing, I guess, seeing you really grow. Then, if that's the case, as seeing you kind of like really take that growth
Oh
spurt. That's pretty special.
yeah. Saw me for you to been like, okay. You'd have been like, he's okay. Like, yeah. I'm not kidding. Like, I don't mean that as like a
No, I know.
boasting thing. He's been like, he's okay. But man, like whenever I played my first 2 years of college ball, I was like, I'd look at the pitcher and if he was good, because we got some arms in this league. I'd be like, man, he's like, I don't know about this one. But like my junior and senior year, I was like, all right, you got to pitch to me now. And that's, I mean, I tell that to our guys, like, you got to have that mindset of I'm better than you are. And it's not a cocky thing. It's a, I'm better than you. You have to beat me. I don't have to beat you.
Right.
So in that changed my whole entire mindset of as a baseball player.
Yeah, and to that point of thinking about, out competing your opponents, I think it separates those, no matter if they're more talented, quote unquote, or they have that it factor, they have that little extra velocity. It's taking that mental approach can really change the direction of your career It can help you when you step in that batter's box, just gain that little extra confidence. And most importantly, you don't walk away from whatever the result is. You don't end up walking away feeling like you didn't leave it out on the field. And I think that's also a pretty special component to having a positive mindset going into stepping in the batter's box.
No, it really ties in what we at the end, whatever we had to tell them, like, hey, if the season's you said, did they lay it all out on the line? And that kind of ties back into the hard 90 thing, the whole mentality of that. All of our guys were extremely thrilled with the work they put in, and they knew they didn't leave it out on the line. And that just, it to know that.
That's awesome. I think that's pretty special to have that. Unfortunately, the season comes to a close due to the pandemic that we're in. But at least on a positive note, a silver lining is they walk away from their experience of this year of college knowing that they left the program better than they found it, and maybe build that camaraderie and that closeness. So that just means maybe next year we come back with double the passion. And so hopefully that really carries. And, you grew as a coach, they grew as players, and that community is set for some strong leadership to build towards next year. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Before we wrap up, is there any social media plugs that you'd like to make or any passing advice before we sign off?
No, I don't. You ain't got to follow me on social media. It's not. I'm not on it a ton.
What about your
teams? I
guess
advice would be just to young guys that want to play. Don't ever quit working. That's what we try to emphasize to our guys is the work's got to be put in. It's not about the result; it's about the process.
Oh my gosh, don't fire me up. That's my all-time mantra right there. I've said that every podcast in some shape or form, process over outcome.
I'm telling you, that's what we tell our guys. It's not about the end result of what we want to get to, which is for us, we want to win a conference championship again. We want to get back to the World Series, but we got to worry about the process of how we're going to go about doing that. Even though this happened, everyone's process can be better from it.
Yes.
So that's kind of what we're trying to focus on right now.
That's great. Yeah, and I do agree that even for us, it's like this is a platform right now, an opportunity for us to come stronger out of this on the other side, and with some new, maybe unique skills or unique things that we know about ourselves, just on a personal level, that can help with our development, both personally and professionally in both of our careers. So that being said, we are going to wrap up our next edition, this edition of Learning the Ropes. Jay, it has been an absolute blast having you on, and I really appreciate your time. So thanks for being here today.
Appreciate you having me, brother. It's an honor.
Likewise. And be sure to look out for Jay's team, hopefully coming back next fall, ready to grind after it out in Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky. So Learning the Ropes is expanding all across the United States now. Love it. All right. On behalf of myself and Jay Vincent, this was Learning the Ropes, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you know exactly when the next Costen and Hammer Productions video drops. Be sure to follow us all things social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, in the links below. We appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.